everybody, it's Bernie Wall here again. If you haven't met me before, I am an IELTS trainer and coach specialising in working with students who need band 7 and 8 at least, and also I work a lot with students who've taken the exam a few times, sometimes a lot of times, but are not getting the scores that they need. So that's the area of my work. So if you are one of those students, then I would be delighted to talk to you and find out more about what's going on with your IELTS and what's stopping you from getting your score. So today I'm going to be looking at what we call an old chestnut. So something that keeps coming up again and again, and it's in reading, and it's headings. And although generally in my work I'm finding students are getting much better at headings than they used to be, I know that for some students it's still one of the areas that they struggle with. Before I give you the tips that I want to give you today, I just want to remind you that at the end of the video you'll find a link to my website, IELTSlearningtips.com, where you can find these videos in article form, and also there are some free resources there to help you, such as a plan to help you plan out your work, and a learning plan to help you record your progress. Those two are in the resources, and there are some examples of writing too. And there's a link also there. And finally, my Facebook group, where I usually post something every day. We also have discussions around aspects of the IELTS, and we do at least one live video each week on a particular point relating to IELTS. And all of those links should be at the end of this video. So let's have a look very quickly. It's really just a reminder of headings and how you can do the headings very effectively. And this is the system that I personally use when I'm doing headings, and it really, really does work to get them all right and not make any mistakes. Okay, so the first thing you must do is to skim the paragraph. Now, I know some students tell me that teachers say to them, read the first sentence, read the second sentence, read the last sentence. I don't think that's a very good strategy. I don't think it takes any longer than skimming the paragraph. And there is a danger that after, and I've seen this happen, after the first two paragraphs, you have a word like however or but. And if you have words like that, it turns the whole paragraph upside down. And so I have known this happen where students have got the wrong end of the stick because they haven't gone far enough, and then they've picked the wrong answer. And remember, in headings, one wrong answer is always two wrong answers. So you have to be quite careful. Right, skim the paragraph. What is it telling me? And if you just pick out the bones, the main things, it will give you a good overview. Then summarize the main points. So this happens, this is about the history, whatever it is, in just a couple of phrases, you should be able to summarize what it's telling you. Now choose the headings that fit that. Now, there might be 2, there might be 3, there might even be 4. Doesn't matter, put them all down. Then go to the next paragraph, do exactly the same. And if you have 3, don't worry. Just keep an open mind all the way through the headings. And if the second one is really good for one of your first choices for the first paragraph, then take that, and some are quite clear. Sometimes it will be very obvious, but sometimes it won't. Okay, this is really important. Do not try and choose the perfect heading, because it will waste a lot of time. Students say to me, headings are so time consuming. I don't like headings. If I get headings, it wastes so much time. I can't finish the reading. Yeah, don't choose the perfect heading. Just pick any that you think are possible. Just pick them and move on. If there's a clear one, brilliant, that helps. And there will be at least 2 or 3 which are obvious. And then that helps you to organize the ones that are not. It wastes so much time trying to get a perfect match. And if your perfect match is wrong, then you've got 2 wrong. So just remember that. It's easy to work everything out when you've got to the end of them all. And the other thing is that you then know the whole of the passage, which will help you for the other questions. So if you get to the end of the headings and you've still got one paragraph or even 2 paragraphs with choices, then you go and look again and work out which one is the best. Okay. So as you work through, some will take headings and they're clear, and then you'll be able to eliminate the choices from others. Okay, and bit by bit you will start to allocate all the headings to the paragraphs. And it doesn't take that long. And by the time you've got them, you should have allocated them all, but there might be 1 or 2 that are still not. Then go back, look at those paragraphs again, very quickly. Or if you remember what the paragraphs are about, look at the headings and say, is there anything in this heading that is just not mentioned in the paragraph? One way of doing it is, if you've got 2 topics and you're not sure which one, look at the paragraph and see if one of them is mentioned more than the other. Because remember, this is a heading, so it's going to be an overview. So if one of the topics in the heading is mentioned more than the other one, that's probably going to be the right one. Okay. And then you'll be able to get a better idea. And you should, and it's very rare that it doesn't happen, you should be able to get them all allocated, and they should all be correct if you do it this way. Okay, so as I said, if you've got the first 2 headings wrong, then you've got 4 wrong. So you'll get more correct. I'm not quite sure what happened there with the order. It won't waste time. You won't be going backwards and forwards, spending 5 minutes or 10 minutes on 1 or 2 headings. It's simple, it's easy, and it's not stressful. And it really works. I can promise you that. And as you practice it, you may think, now this is going to take a long time, but it doesn't. Once you, like with everything in IELTS, the more you practice it, the quicker it gets, and it will save you a lot of time in the long run. Okay, so that's headings. So I urge you to try that strategy because it really does work. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope that you will go and try that, and I'll see you on the next video.